Well, hello gang. Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Mark Hyder, and we're going to play Broken Sword 5 for the first time. I haven't played it before. This is my first experience with Broken Sword 5. The Serpent's Curse or something, and we got options like audio settings like that. Back, we've got visual settings like speech modern or classic. If you want subtitles on or off, UI be modern or classic. Let's say classic. Achievement announcements and screen resolution. Then you got your base language and speech. More credits and Facebook. Let's go and start a new game. Here we've got option to run a tutorial or run and start a new game. Start a new game. Let's go. I never played this before, I don't know what I'm gonna expect. Okay. Nice artwork.
We must go now.
Papa!
Tiago, go with your mother to the trap. Take this. It will always be your guide.
Yes, Papa.
We will join you shortly.
Xavier, the painting.
La maledicción. This way.
Senora, it is too late. Go.
No! Papa!
Senor, in here. Search them. Of course. Paris in the spring. Passion, romance, l'amour.
I was working in art insurance. It paid the rent. Just about. And then, by chance, I met Nico at a private view.
You didn't tell me that you were back in Paris, George?
We should catch up. Let's have lunch. Nobody move!
Non, monsieur! Not la malédiction!
Stay back.
Once again, Paris had shown me her dark side. A brutal robbery, a senseless murder. Nico and I were about to be drawn into a new and terrifying adventure together. The gallery owner was dead. I guess sometimes playing the hero doesn't pay. My company had insured the exhibition, so I had a crime to solve. The cops would be here soon. I didn't have much time.
Okay, you got your thing like the bus, security and all that, and start talking.
Excuse me, Father.
Yes, my son.
I'm George Stobart. My company insured the exhibition.
My name is Simeon.
Is there anything I can do?
You can pray for his soul.
A senseless murder.
On the contrary, this killing makes plenty of sense.
What do you mean?
A great evil has taken place. This is the work of the devil.
What?
I am a Dominican priest. I know these things. And now, excuse me, I must pray.
1 minute I'd been planning dinner with Nico. The next I was talking art theft, murder, and the devil with a priest. Poor guy. There was a small piece of paper in the dead man's hand. It was too intriguing not to take a look. It read, 2:30 p.m., be ready. Innocent enough, until I realized that the robbery took place at 2:30 p.m. There was something fishy going on around here, and it wasn't just the canapes. I quickly replaced the note. Poor guy. He definitely looked better. Poor guy. In Henri's pocket was a tiny bottle. It was a bottle of Brett. The label claimed it would wake the beast within.
Get your briefcase and you can tell what evidence you got. Your phone, for example.
I didn't need to look at the note a second time. It wasn't tough to remember. 2:30 p.m., be ready. I put the glasses back where they were. Best to leave the evidence the way I found it. A cryptic note in a bottle of overpowering cologne. No personal effects or anything else of substance. I needed to find where he kept his records. It was Hector Lane, France's greatest art critic. We'd met before. It hadn't ended well. For a moment, I thought he was dead. But from the snoring, I guessed he'd only fainted. Lane was out cold. I was going to need something to bring him around. Time to awaken the beast. What?
What was that? It smells like the 70s. Where am I?
You fainted. Welcome back to the land of the living.
I wouldn't exactly call this living. Don't just stand there. Get me something to eat. I've had a terrible shock, you know.
The nail clippers were monogrammed with the letters H.L. Hector Lane. They must have fallen out of his pocket. Excuse me, Mr. Lane.
Food! My nerves demand food!
Are these yours?
I don't care. Can't you see I've had a dreadful shock? I need, nay, I demand something to eat!
The thief left the pizza box behind. I wondered what was in it. Well, no surprise there. Pizza. The guy must have been hungry. There was only one slice left. No one had noticed the pizza box fall onto the floor. I decided to leave it alone. I found a slice of pizza.
I asked for food, boy, not a cardboard simulacrum.
Oh, okay, if you don't want it.
I didn't say that. Now give it here. Given the circumstances, that was surprisingly acceptable. Now, what's been going on? Oh, Henri, is he
Dead? Afraid so.
poor chap? Just like him to steal the limelight, though.
Excuse me.
Do I know you?
Yes, our paths have crossed. In the Glee's Gallery?
Of course, the man with the absinthe. I don't suppose you...
Afraid not.
Pity. I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble remembering your name.
I'm George Stobart. I insured the exhibition.
I hope you have deep pockets then, my boy.
Could I ask you a few questions, Mr. Lane?
Fire away.
Did you know the gallery owner?
Of course, we worked together on the exhibition.
Oh, really?
Henri provided the space. I was the creative powerhouse.
Come
How long
on.
had you known him?
2 years.
As a friend, many years.
Oh, right.
Our
Okay.
professional relationship had only recently blossomed into this exhibition, under my curatorial wing. Now the poor fellow's gone and got himself killed.
Ah.
Do you know anything about the stolen painting?
No, he
Of
doesn't.
course, dear boy. La Malediction, a little-known work, turned up at the last minute.
What about the killer? Were you able to get a look at him?
A delinquent in a tin hat. Beyond that, I don't really recall.
Oh, yeah, you fainted.
Those of us with a higher aesthetic are more sensitive to violence.
So, you curated the exhibition? What's it about?
A brilliant retrospective. A dialectical window on European art's ongoing discourse with the unresolved psychoses of the nation-state.
Wow, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Really? Yeah, lovely.
Who painted the stolen painting?
Therein lies a mystery. We only know his pseudonym, El Serp. He was a Catalan, a modernist. His works are symbolic, religious.
What can you tell me about the stolen painting?
La Malediction, a challenging piece. If you like a wide cast of obscure saints and fringe Christian symbolism, of course. Not especially valuable, though. The thief won't get much for it on the black market.
How about some more of this?
I don't think so. As a sel volatile, it was acceptable. As a cologne, it would be barbaric.
Are these your nail clippers?
Of course. See, they're monogrammed with my initials.
Yeah, come on. Oh!
The alarm still worked on that painting. I wondered why the stolen painting's alarm hadn't sounded. 55,000. Huh, shame. Just outside my price range. All I needed was a mere 65,000 and this little gem could be mine. For the discerning connoisseur, a soupçon at 80,000. The bust was balanced precariously on the pedestal. I didn't want to knock it off.
No.
With luck, the security camera had captured the robbery. The cable for the camera ran into the room marked private. Another alarm working as it should. The label said it was painted in 1932. The gallery wanted 80 grand for it. Just 90,000 for this one. Another working alarm. Was the alarm on the stolen painting the only one that wasn't working? This was where the stolen painting had hung. Why that painting? And why kill for it? The stolen painting had an alarm, which should have sounded when the painting was removed. I needed to find out why it hadn't. So, the alarm wasn't broken. I suspected foul play. It was the speaker calling for the alarm. It hadn't sounded when the painting was stolen. Looked fine to me. That wasn't the reason the alarm didn't go off. So that was why the alarm hadn't sounded. A wire had been cut by someone who knew exactly what they were doing. This was an inside job. Someone had... The door was locked with a keypad. If I wanted to get in there and look at the CCTV footage, then I'd need to find the number. Lane worked with Henri, so he was likely to know the code.
Five 222.
I need to ask you a few more questions.
If you insist. I'm still in shock, you know.
Anything else you can tell me about Henri?
Not right now.
Anything else you can tell me about the robbery?
As I said, I don't recall much.
Tell me more about the exhibition.
The Catalan modernists speak for themselves.
Yeah, not to me they don't. Anything else you can tell me about El Sir?
The man was an enigma. Very little is known.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the stolen painting?
As I said, it's an unusual piece full of obscure saints and religious symbolism.
Are these your nail clippers?
As I said.
So, you help run this place? Maybe you can give me the code to that door.
The code to the office?
I just thought you might have the number.
I do, but I couldn't possibly give you access before the police arrive.
I figured I wasn't going to get the door code from Lane by playing nice. I needed to turn the heat up. Mr. Lane, you're really going to have to give me the code to that door.
And why, pray, should I do that?
Because the way the cops will see it, you're the prime suspect. We both know you're innocent, Mr. Lane, but the cops, well, they may not see things so simply. I might be able to get them off your case, but in exchange, I'd like the code for the office door.
But that's preposterous. The police would have neither evidence nor motive.
Funny you should mention that. Someone sabotaged the alarm on the stolen painting. A wire was cut.
What? Who could have got into the alarm system?
Exactly. It was an inside job, Mr. Lane.
You're not suggesting that I...
Well, I'm afraid that's the way the cops are going to see it.
That's preposterous. How could I possibly have cut the wire?
Are these your nail clippers, Mr. Lane?
Yes, they have my initials monogrammed on them.
Huh. The perfect implement for cutting the alarm on a stolen painting.
What are you saying?
Well, the alarm was sabotaged, Mr. Lane. It was an inside job.
Are you accusing me? How dare you? I had no reason to kill Henri, no motive whatsoever.
Okay, but I don't think the cops will see it like that. And I sure would like that door code. Mr. Lane, this robbery is not going to reflect well on you.
As I said, I shall take my chances. You're not getting that door code.
This is an inside job for sure, Mr. Lane. The police are going to be very interested in your recent movements.
I've been out of town for several days, and last night I retired early.
Just saying.
You're not going to scare me into giving you that door code, you know.
I was onto something here, and I knew it. Lane was sweating. It wasn't pretty. How about it, Mr. Lane? Ready to give me the door code yet?
Certainly not. Give me a single reason why I should.
Guilty by way of nail clippers.
I've been away from Paris for several days and only got back this morning. How could I have cut that wire?
I hate to say this, Mr. Lane, but you're going to be the #1 suspect for this murder.
So you keep saying, Mr. Stobart.
Mr. Lane, this robbery is...
As I... Ugh, keep that noxious potion away from me.
So, you'd been out of town and hit the sack early last night?
That's right. I've not been near the gallery for days.
Guilty by way of nail clippers.
Sheer fantasy. What possible motivation could I have to sabotage the alarm?
Father?
Yes, my son.
What did you mean when you said that a great evil had taken place?
Your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour.
True.
What?
What? Yeah, what?
Peter 5:8. The devil is all around, Mr. Stobart.
Did Henri say anything before he died?
He said, "Stop the car, I want to get in."
What does that mean?
We may never know.
What brought you to the exhibition, Father?
The painting.
Which one?
La Maledictio, of course.
The painting that was stolen.
I had to confront the evil.
I
Conspiracy.
think there's something strange going on here.
Yes, Mr. Stobart. At last you see the truth.
No, Father. I mean that the robbery looks like an inside job.
The devil's work is always an inside job.
A wire in the painting's alarm was deliberately cut.
True.
Cut by the devil himself, perhaps.
Well, as far as I know, sightings of guys with horns and tails have been a little down recently.
You mock me, Mr. Stobart. But as you will discover, the devil likes to have the last laugh.
Ha 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 ha.
Do you know the code to get into the office?
No. But you could always pray and ask for divine guidance.
With respect, Father, I'm looking for a slightly quicker solution. What do you know about the man who painted La Maledicción?
El Serpent. He was a man playing with fire. The fire of eternal damnation.
Tell me about the stolen painting.
Whoever gets close to it will burn in hell.
What?
Hey, Father, how about a squirt?
I think not.
Do you recognize these?
Nail clippers. I'm not sure what your point is.
The note read 2:30 p.m. Be ready.
Oh, it's an old classic. Try and look for all the things you miss or not.
Another working alarm. So the thief took the only painting whose alarm had been sabotaged. But why that painting? Why that particular one? I didn't think there was any need to test another painting alarm. It was clear that only one alarm had been sabotaged. The street was quiet and upmarket. Not the kind of place for an opportunist thief. You gotta hand it to the French. They know how to take a leak in style.
Sorry.
The room looked like some sort of office for the gallery. I could just see the glow of the CCTV monitor in the corner. From out here, you couldn't see the stolen painting. This robbery was definitely planned. I've always been a sucker for Parisian stained glass.
Oh dear.
For a moment, I contemplated getting on the next train out of here. But a man was dead, and I had a job to do. Nico wasn't answering the phone. No surprise. Hello, Mr. Rickenbacker?
Snowbart, what do you want?
Mr. Rickenbacker, there's been a problem.
Why does that surprise me? This better not involve the blue lizard.
Afraid it does, sir. There's been a robbery.
Oh, terrific.
Only one painting was stolen, though.
Well, what are you wasting time talking to me for? Find that painting, or find a way to avoid paying out. 2 ways to keep your job, Stobart.
I see. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Anything else you gotta tell me?
The thief had a gun. He shot the gallery owner dead.
We insured him too?
No, sir.
Well, that's one piece of good news. At least tell me you got some leads.
I'm pretty sure the security was sabotaged. The alarm was disabled for that one painting.
So, it was an inside job. Who else is at the gallery?
There's a guy called Hector Lane.
Lane. Why does that name sound familiar?
He's an art critic. I think he's connected to the exhibition.
Now, could it be him?
Well, he's rude and ugly. It's certainly possible.
So squeeze in, Stobart. Squeeze in till he squeals.
If I was going to squeeze Lane, I needed longer arms than these.
Find out who disabled the security system, then find that painting. And don't call back until you have.
Oh, it's Paris.
How about it, Mr. Lane? Ready to give me the door code yet?
Certainly not. Give me a single reason why I should.
Guilty by way of nail clippers.
I've been away from Pat.
I hate to say this, Mr. Lane.
So,
Sort of thing you start, you don't know what to do.
I had nothing new to tell Rickenbacker, and he wasn't really the chatty type. Nico still wasn't answering the phone. I was beginning to get worried. The poster looked old. I didn't want to touch it. Spanish modernists certainly didn't come cheap. I decided to leave it alone.
Why?
As they say, every artist was first an amateur. I didn't... It was clear that only one...
No, we know.
Father?
Yes, my son.
Do you know anything else about El Serp?
I've already told you.
Is there anything else?
I've said it.
Take a look at this.
I've already...
Take a look at this.
I've already...
Someone had cut a wire and sabotaged the alarm. The pressure pad appeared to be working fine, but the cut wire had ensured that the alarm wouldn't sound when the painting was removed. That would be pointless. The clippers were the perfect size to cut the wire. Could Lane be the saboteur? I had to find out.
Okay, let's try that information.
How about it, Mr. Lane?
certain.
Guilty by...
I've been away from town.
Guilty by way of nail clippers.
Sheer fantasy. What possible motivation could I have to sabotage the alarm?
I hate to say this, Mr. Lane.
So
you...
that's
Mr. Lane, this robbery is...
as I... Oh, keep... Oh, keep that noxious...
Guilty by way of...
sheer fantasy.
Come on, can't Nicole answer up?
Nico still wasn't answering her phone. I was beginning to get worried.
Yeah, she's always in danger. Yeah, she's always in danger. Nicole color!
I wondered if there was anything out here I could use to put the heat on Lane. That wouldn't have worked.
Why?
That wouldn't... That... I needed a better idea.
Really?
It looked like the office for the gallery. That was almost a great idea. Almost. I wasn't going to leave until I'd solved this crime. It was a pissoir.
What's with her? What's that? Okay, so I can pick. Alright, let's see if we can see. Normally do that.
Excuse me.
Monsieur?
There's just been a robbery at the gallery.
Oh, really?
You don't sound surprised.
All property is theft, monsieur. And all art is property. Therefore, all art is theft. Do you not agree?
Well, when you put it like that, it's hard not to. Did you see anybody run out of the gallery earlier?
There was a beautiful woman with a camera. She was chasing somebody.
Well, that must have been Nico.
You know her? You surprise me.
Can you tell me anything about the man she was chasing?
I assume, monsieur, that like all of us, he is inherently unknowable.
Unknowable?
This guy's cafe was empty. The gallery owner, Henri, was shot dead trying to stop the robbery.
Life has no meaning the moment you lose the illusion of being eternal.
Right. Did you know him well?
Can we ever truly know another human being, monsieur? He spent little time at the cafe, unlike his friend, Monsieur Lane.
What do you know about Le Lizard Bleu?
Bourgeois, vacuous and overpriced. Just like its curator Lane. He's always in here, you know, talking art to his latest flutzy.
What do you know about Hector Lane?
Lane? Oh yes. He drinks here sometimes. He slid away last night without paying.
Last night? What sort of time?
After midnight for sure. If you see him, give him this bill. And tell him to pay up next time.
The check was from last night. But Lane told me he was nowhere near the gallery. This could be the leverage I needed to get the office door code from Lane. Would you like a squirt of this?
Are you suggesting I smell, monsieur?
No, sorry. Do you recognize these?
They are nail clippers.
Thank you for your consistent indifference, monsieur.
Perhaps next time you come, I will give you a coffee. Perhaps not.
Say euros now. Before when I played the game, everything was in francs. Okay.
Take a look at this.
What of it?
It's your bill from the cafe next door.
So?
It's dated yesterday. Last night, in fact. 12:30 to be exact. You said you were out of town. You sure drank a lot of champagne last night without paying the bill. But you told me that you were away from Paris last night. I hate to say it, but that sounds like a lie to me. Tell you what, you give me the code to the door, and the police need never know. A motive and proof of involvement. Not looking good, Mr. Lane.
You are a blackmailer, Stobart.
Just doing my job.
All right. You have me. The number is 6397.
6397.
But I admit to none of these spurious accusations.
I had the code. The police would be here any moment, so I had to work fast. What was that number again? 64...
Everyone, hold it right there.
Damn it.
I am Inspector Navet of the Paris Serious Crime Squad, and I hereby declare this crime scene open. Closed. Now, nobody move, especially you on the floor. Mo, I want a total lockdown. Nobody in or out. Apart from me, of course.
I needed to get back into the gallery, but a familiar figure was guarding the door. It was Sergeant Mou. Our paths had crossed before. Sergeant Mou, we meet again.
Ah, Madame Collard. An unexpected pleasure.
I was in the gallery at the time of the theft. Can I get back in?
I am sorry, but I am under strict orders from Inspector Navet. Nobody in, nobody out. And I must correct you, madame. It is no longer just a theft. It is a murder.
Mon Dieu! That poor man!
That poor man!
I witnessed the crime. I've got to get back in there.
I'm sure you can make an official statement in good time.
I saw the thief. I think I can help the investigation.
I am implacable, Madame Collard.
Who is Inspector Navet?
The most promising young investigator on the force. A genius. A man blessed with almost superhuman insight.
He sounds highly perspicacious.
Madame, it's not for us to talk about the inspector's sweaty proclivities. He is about to solve his third case in as many days.
So, what's he got that the other investigators don't have?
Blood spatter. He is the world expert. He reads the entrails of the crime scene like a book.
Thanks a lot, Sergeant Moo. You've been so helpful.
Well, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you like this first gameplay of Broken Sword 5, and I will be back very soon. Goodbye.